How's it going? Today I'm going to set up this Creality Resin 3D printer that I got from the good folks at Banggood. I've done a lot of old-fashioned 3D printing, which is kind of a funny thing to say, old-fashioned 3D printing, but it seems that way now. I've never done resin printing before, so this will be a new experience for me. It's amazing how much these machines have come down in price. Not that long ago, it was at least a couple $1,000s to get a resin 3D printer. Now there's a whole bunch of them that are under $300. This one goes for around $250. There's a lot of different brands of these new cheap resin 3D printers. I'm glad this one's made by Creality. Creality makes good printers. They've been kind of leading the pack when it comes to budget printers for a long time now. I trust this more than I would trust a brand that I've never heard of before. It comes mostly put together, but there are a few things I need to do to get it set up. So what are we waiting for? Let's do it. This is all the stuff, besides the printer, that comes in the box. Power cord, warranty card, instructions, thank goodness, user's manual, and then this whole bag of goodies. We'll go through all this stuff. One thing it did not come with is resin. So if you get one of these, make sure you pick up some resin at the same time. I got this from Amazon for, I think, about $20 for 500 mLs. Metal scraper, pack of tools for adjusting things, I assume, Allen wrenches and such. Another scraper, a brush, some gloves. It's nice they give you some extra gloves. You are going to want gloves when you're working with this stuff. This is actually the print plate that you still have to assemble. We'll have to put that on here in a minute. This is what the prints stick to as they come up out of the resin. I have no idea what this is. Oh, it's some kind of filter. Oh, maybe this is for pouring the resin, or maybe this is for reclaiming the resin. Maybe that's what it's for. So you could take the resin that you don't use from the vat and pour it back in your bottle. This has a filter to get out any chunks of resin. Cool. It comes with 4 of these. A couple masks. I was hoping that was a sticker, but it's not. And then a USB drive. Okay, that's it. We better read how to put this plate together. That's funny. The instructions show it as completely assembled. They pretty much say all you have to do is put the plastic cover on and you're done. That is clearly not the case, since the build plate is right here in my hand. It looks like there's a film. Please tear off the plastic. There is a sticker that says please remove. Ah, so satisfying. That sits in a groove right there. It's kind of hard to put that in the wrong place. It does say that the print platform has already been leveled at the factory, so we shouldn't hopefully have to do anything with that. If you do, there are instructions. Inside the vat, there are marks for different levels of resin, so that if you have a good idea of how much resin you're going to need, you can just fill it to those lines. Yeah, those are the lines to fill it to. Okay, plugged in. Firing it up. Okay. Tool. Manual up and down. There you go. Okay, and it goes up 10 mm at a time. Just raise that up a little bit. Now we can install this. I'm going to raise it up a little higher. That should do it. All right, let's poke around in the menus a little more. That is a nice loud buzzer. The home button sends the build plate back to home. All right, what else do we have? Calibrate. Please set the exposure time. The test image, huh? Okay, you can do a test image, set the 0. There's an emergency stop. System. Volume. Oh, you can mute the buzzer. That's nice. You can change the language, which I don't want to do. Crap. Okay, well, I guess you only have 2 languages. And there's nothing to print because I don't have the USB stick in there. My guess is they probably gave us some images on the USB stick to print test. So let's go to print. Yeah, sure enough. Troubleshooting, volume, installation, operation video. Oh, that's cool. I don't suppose I can watch that here, can I? You cannot watch the operation video on the screen. I don't know where the tool is going, so I'm just gonna stop it. Have I broken it already? So this navigates through whatever files are on the USB drive. Model, but it's spelled wrong. They spelled it M-O-D-L-E. So Eiffel Tower and something else. So I suppose we should print an Eiffel Tower. I have no idea how much resin it needs. Any more information? It doesn't tell me how much resin it needs. I would like to not put in more than I need, but I guess I am going to do a couple prints today. Okay, moment of truth. Time to pour some resin in. I couldn't get a real accurate answer about how much is the right amount of resin, other than something more than what the parts are going to require. So I'm going to pour some in, and then I'll do a whole bunch of printing today, and hopefully use up most of it. Got my safety gear. Here we go. I'm just going to fill it to the lowest line in there. We'll call that good for now. I was expecting it to smell worse. It doesn't smell that bad. Resin's in. I suppose we put the lid on. And then we tell it to print. Watch it do its magic now, I suppose. If that's it, that was pretty easy. Oh, dang. That submerges that whole upper part. I didn't think it would do that. Well, that's going to be messy. I'm watching the numbers down here, and it says it's going to take 19 hours. It's got 4,000 layers, it says. Maybe I should have looked at that a little closer. Wow. That is one slow dog. It seriously has done 3 layers out of the 4,000 that it's supposed to do. Holy cow, this really is going to take 19 hours. Guess we'll see you tomorrow. Sheesh. Alright, it's the next morning, and it's done. So I'm going to temporarily take this guy off. It looks pretty dang good. The detail is ridiculous. Focus, focus. That looks pretty great. Wow. Okay, now I'm going to pry it off of here. Oh, that's hard to do. How'd you get it off? I don't want to pry too hard. I don't want to break it. It's definitely covered in slime. So this is not something you want to do without gloves. Come on. Come on. Nothing, man. I cannot get it off. Ooh, it's dripping too, so I'm glad I got this bucket here because it's dripping. Oh, there we go. Gosh. Oh, man. That's a bummer. I'll live and learn, I guess. There's no way it's supposed to stick this hard. So I'm going to put it back on here. I'm going to take these off because they're so messy. I'm going to add a little more resin. Without gloves, I know. Just enough to fill it to that bottom line.
Okay, now we'll put this back on. So that's ready for the next print, which I'll start in just a minute. And now I'm gonna try this stuff. I watched an Uncle Jesse video about it. That it's better than alcohol. Oh, it's running down my hand. Oh, it's all over the floor. Jeez. This is messy. This is very messy. Huh, it does dissolve that stuff right off pretty well. That's nice. Great. Okay, so that's good to know. That's good for cleaning. I also got this because he said this was good for cleaning too. Actually, no. He talked about mean green. Ah, shoot. Got the wrong stuff. I'm gonna go find the lid for this, and about that time it'll be time to take it out. Okay, I got the lid. I'm gonna put that on there for a minute. I'm just gonna let this soak. He usually does 3 minutes, I think he said, Uncle Jesse. But I think I'll do a little bit longer. I'm not timing it exactly right now. Now, we gotta take this out and put the new model on here.
I'm going to start playing with this slicer that they recommend, which is Box. It's not the slicer I've used in the past, and slicer for this resin kind of printer is different than what I'm used to. So we're going to try out Box. I jumped the gun a little bit and already loaded in some really cool little D&D miniatures. Now I actually need to set this up so that it knows what I'm doing. Oh, settings. Okay, add a printer, very good. Oh, and there's my printer. That makes it easy. I guess that plugs in everything we need here. Yep. Light off. I'm going to leave all these settings. I'm going to leave no infill. Where do you put supports? Well, there's the supports page. Very good. Okay. Add support. Aha. This is the list of all the files. I'm going to select all. Then go to the supports page. And I guess let's just do plus all. That's what it looks like with all the supports. So I think the difference between plus platform and plus all is this is just going to add supports where it needs them between the platform and the model. And all will also put them like in between sections of the model where it thinks it needs them. I think that's all I have to do. Got the right printer, got the models in there. That's an awful lot of support because I don't really know how much support it needs. This seems to me to be overkill, but I won't know till I've actually printed some stuff out. All right, back to settings, and then I guess we'll slice it. Yeah, I would like to know how much resin this thing's gonna take. I don't see that information yet. Aha, there we go. So 31 mLs, that's it. Okay, that's not too bad. This screen now shows us what the printer will be doing. This is giving us a layer by layer view. So there's the bottom. Gosh, that is so tiny. I'm just shocked. These resin printers are supposed to be able to make these tiny, tiny little details. So we'll find out. That's not too bad. 4 hours? Gosh, compared to this 19-hour Eiffel Tower. Now that we feel like we're satisfied with the slice, I suppose we save it. I think the reason that this is only 4 hours is because it's only 800 layers. The Eiffel Tower is 4,000 layers. That is one of the nice things about this kind of a printer is it'll print one whole layer at the same time. So if I only had one of these characters, it would still take 4 hours to print that one character. So in that same amount of time, I can fill the whole plate and print 8 characters instead of just one.
Okay, this is the file I think I need right here. CTB file. So we're going to copy that. So we're going to go CTB file, drag and drop it onto the drive. There it is. Simple as this. That guy in there. That's the one I want. Alright, away it goes. 905 layers. It doesn't tell me the time here, but on the slicing software it said it would take about 4 hours. Alright, let's see how our Eiffel Tower's doing in there, I guess. Alright, I got a little rinse station. Ooh, you can definitely see that there's a lot of resin on the bottom here. Okay, we'll let it dry. Here's my Eiffel Tower, somewhat destroyed. Trying to get it off the plate. But some of the details are amazing. Ooh. I think up here, where these are still filled in, that's because I didn't wash it well enough in the Mr. Clean solution. I now have this, which just arrived like an hour ago from Amazon. It's an ultrasonic cleaner. It's not heated. It should do a pretty good job of washing the parts, better than what I did with this one. So excited to give that a try with my little D&D minis, which are almost done printing. Some of them are even all the way out of the resin now. And according to this, we only have about 16 minutes left before it's done. This does make me nervous. These kinds of prints make me nervous. Dealing with the resin afterwards is certainly more involved than a filament-based 3D printer. But these also have way better resolution. So if you want better resolution, this is what you go with. All right, my guys are done. Time to try that whole taking them out and washing them thing again. First thing I'm going to do is probably put some more Mr. Clean. There's a line that it says max, not to fill above that. So we're going to fill it to the max. Spilling that green stuff's no big deal because it smells really good. Here we go. There they are. They look awesome. Oh my gosh, these guys are cool. Okay, now the fun. Oh dear. Oh dear. It printed them with a plate underneath them. Oh, I'm under the corner. Okay, just kind of prime up. Oh, that's better. Okay. The Ranger's coming up okay. Just gonna keep on sliding, just slowly sliding under there. Oh, got another one. There we go. Come on. You can do it. Oh, there we go. I don't know how delicate I need to be with these yet. Okay, there we go. Now we can put one in there. Two. Okay, there's two that are together. I'm going to go ahead and let those two be together. They're buddies. Oh no! These things are squirrely. Who was that? I think that's a sorcerer or warlock or something. There's the barbarian. You definitely have to have some kind of a workspace. Oh jeez, man! Oh no! No! I think that might have been part of the barbarian's axe. There's definitely a piece on the floor. Dang it. These guys are not totally submerged. They kind of float, which is a little bit of a problem, but okay. I don't really smell resin. I'm not wearing a mask. Maybe that's because the Mr. Clean smells so good. All right, we turn that on. It says 3 minutes. I'm gonna go a little longer. Now, oh, the fun just continues. Now we get to clean off this thing. Oh crap. Another question I have about this stuff is, what if I leave resin in there? How long can I leave it in there without cleaning it out? I'd rather leave it in there. Okay, it says these are done.
I'm gonna now take this whole tray and go put these dudes out in the sun for a bit. Well, if I'm being honest, it came out looking pretty horrible. The backside, where there's no supports, looks really good. Amazingly good. But I totally ruined them by having too much support. Again, everywhere where there's no supports, it looks great. But the leftover nuggets from the supports just looks garbagey. But that's not the machine's fault. That's my fault. As for the machine, it did great. It sat right here on my desk, right next to me for 20 plus hours of printing. It makes some noise, but it wasn't too bad. And I never once smelled any of the fumes. It's got some kind of a filter system built in and it works pretty well. So the Creality 3D resin printer, 2 thumbs up. And if it weren't for the supports, these prints would look great. This was my first time using a resin printer. And I learned a few things. Number 1, it's messy. Getting the prints started wasn't bad, but cleaning the prints and then cleaning the machine, that was a bit more work. I'm sure I'll figure out a system for dealing with it. The more I do it, the easier it'll get. I suppose the cleanup mess is the price you pay if you want nice looking little prints like these. Well, if they don't have supports. Then they're nice looking. Which brings me to point number 2. No supports. I probably could have used less supports. I didn't really make any changes. I just took the supports as the slicer gave them to me. Less supports equals better prints. But overall, I'm very happy to add the Creality Resin 3D printer to my creative arsenal. What should we print next? That's all for now. As always, thanks for watching. Till next time, adios. If you need help or want to chat with me or others who also enjoy projects like this, you can find us on Facebook and Discord. If you like what I'm doing and you want to support me, you can use my special product links in the video description, or head over to Patreon, or just like and share my videos. That's easy. If you like this video and you want to see more like it, this box will take you to a playlist of some of my favorites. In addition to videos like this, I also do live streams every Sunday. This box will take you to a recording of the latest live stream. That's all for now. Adios.